I will say be careful of, like, especially more so, this is like if you're an influencer, and it doesn't just have to be tarot card readings or stuff like that. It could be just, you know, certain, maybe you have far out ideas and you know your ideas are far out or unique or unusual. There could be someone who is trying to steal your ideas or not give you credit.
Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So starting with deck number 1, this is for those of you that are pressed with a love situation. So could your story or message be here in deck number 1? Love matters. All right. And for those of you concerned about your finances or career, deck number 2. This is for you, finances and career. Or if you are concerned about, well, you don't know what you're concerned about, but you're needing a spiritual message or something, a message in regards to your subconscious mind, this is open messages for deck number 3. All right, so I hope you have made your selection, and we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. All right, you have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Overall energy is the Page of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. All right, so overall energies, it seems that either you are starting to develop feelings for someone or someone could be starting to develop feelings for you. Someone could also be giving subtle hints in regards to how they're feeling. I kind of feel like there could be a new interest in your life, a new attraction, and maybe this person is just kind of like playing it by ear to see how you'll respond. And I feel like this person could either be an earth sign or they could be a water sign. They also could either be younger, or this person maybe has children. But yeah, I kind of feel that somebody is trying to put it out there or hint at their interests. It might be, you know, too subtle to the point where, you know, you might blow it off because you're like, oh, well, you know, maybe that person's just being nice, or that doesn't mean anything. Whatever it is, maybe you're just kind of blowing it off. But it does seem like there is this opportunity. Maybe this person even starts to flirt a little more, or maybe this person's going to drop a bigger hint and they're trying to see if you are going to go ahead and catch on. This could be someone that maybe you work at the same company with, or maybe you're meeting this person through family, or even like their family members. So like maybe their relative approaches you, and or you're friends with them, and then they just kind of like introduce you to their relative, and it could end up being something romantic. Now, Of course, when I see family, that's always also kind of a red flag. So it's not always going to be the case, but definitely could be giving you a heads up that somebody is in a relationship or has like a whole family. So just be cautious about that. And two, especially with, you know, having 7 of Swords here. So someone could be trying to creep. But if it is not someone who is cheating because they're in an active relationship, then this could just go back to someone keeping tabs on you, especially at work or at the company that you work for. Maybe someone is just like trying to, you know, see what's up, what's been going on with you. Or they're asking around, or they might have somebody kind of reporting back to them and trying to figure some things out. Now, you also could be the one who's maybe thinking about flirting with somebody or trying to put it out there to see if somebody's interested. Maybe you're the one giving like subtle hints, and maybe you're trying to figure out if you need to do anything more. You're like, I wonder if they got the hint. I wonder if, you know, and you're having to just kind of take a step back and see how it's all going to play out. Something could be developing at a slower pace than anticipated. Maybe you're wanting something to go like faster. There does seem to be a lot of observation. Even if something does initially start off kind of quick, it seems like it slows down. It doesn't stay taking off fast. But I would like to say be cautious of somebody who might be in a relationship. And maybe this is something that you're also wondering. You're like, I think I saw a ring on their finger, or I think I saw this. Whatever it is, you're just kind of like, I don't know. Like maybe you are trying to see, you know, how the situation is going to develop. Now, one other thing too, it could just be that someone is looking for somebody to settle down with. Like maybe someone is well established and they've already accomplished a lot in life, and now they're just looking for someone to share it with. So that is also a possibility with this situation. All right, let's see. You definitely could be getting some energy coming from an earth sign. And there also could be some kind of mind games going on, like maybe someone is doing something to push your buttons, or you are intentionally trying to make somebody jealous or trying to see if they care. I see a little vengefulness going on. So, and then too, so if you are in an established relationship, that definitely could be going on. Whereas there is some flirting going on, or maybe like you're trying to get a reaction from your partner, or maybe your partner is trying to do that to you. And there is something deceptive going on if you're in an established relationship. I feel that somebody is trying to do something without getting caught. Yeah. And there could be some sort of flirtation going on with these women. It does seem like maybe there's quite a few women around, or there's quite a few women flirting with the man. Yeah. Somebody might be trying to see if your partner is taken. And with especially just working at the same company, it's like people can see stuff. You know, I kind of feel like if you work at the same company as your partner, there's some things going on where people are trying to get the attention of another person. So again, it does seem like maybe someone is playing mind games. Maybe someone is trying to see if someone's going to take the bait. And it could be maybe you're trying to set your partner up, or they're trying to set you up, but somebody's trying to see something. Yeah. There also could be times in a relationship where you feel like you're carrying the weight of the relationship, or you're doing everything, or like your partner isn't doing enough. There's also the possibility of someone deflecting, and or trying to avoid having some sort of conversation. And I feel like this is energy for if you're in a relationship, something's going on where, you know, maybe you're just like trying to stay busy and avoid whatever's going on in a relationship. I kind of feel too like somebody is seeing some people having a conversation over by somebody's car, and then just kind of like wondering what that's all about. So yeah, if you work with your partner, you might see them talking by somebody's car, or going into the parking garage together, like something's going on where you're like, what are they doing? Now, another thing that is more like on a positive note for established relationships, if you're not married or engaged, rather, it could be that your partner is trying to sneak around and, you know, find out like what's your ring size, or maybe they're you know, just trying to do things without getting caught because they want to surprise you. Maybe they're talking to your family members about, you know, certain things that you like, or they're trying to plan something. So on a positive note, this deception or secrecy could be something like that. In fact, I am getting something like an energy of someone wanting to please their partner or their partner's family. They want to be on their the family's good side. And I also see somebody maybe like working for somebody's parent. Like maybe someone works for your father or your mother. yeah, I feel like somebody is trying to do something right, but it could be misinterpreted. So I kind of feel like if you see your partner doing something strange, it is possible that it could be misinterpreted. That's the positive message that I'm getting. It doesn't take away from other things that could be going on, especially if you are more so suspicious of the other thing that could be happening, like the deception or somebody trying to step outside of the relationship or being petty and playing mind games. Um, I do feel that for established relationships, there's some kind of jealousy going on, especially if it's intentional. So going back to the person who hasn't approached you, it's like this, I feel like they are being strategic about it, or I feel like they already did something. They already kind of like put it out there. They're just still kind of waiting to see like how you're going to respond. So it is like a little bit of strategy. And it's like this person is being indirect. I feel like someone is going around asking questions about you. Asking if you're single, or somebody's trying to find out some information. Now, another thing I am concerned about is whether or not someone was being honest about their business trip, or wherever they went traveling to. They went somewhere, and I don't know if they're being honest about where they went or what happened while they were away. They're leaving something out. Yeah, somebody is leaving out some information in regards to a fire sign. I feel like they're not telling the truth about that person or that situation. Or maybe they're not even mentioning it at all. Yeah. So I would say just basically trust your intuition, because it does also look like your intuition is trying to tell you something. So make sure you're paying attention to your intuition. Make sure you're also paying attention to red flags. All right, so let's see what messages there are from deck number 2. You have the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, overall energy, the Star, the Ace of Swords, and the Magician. All right, so I kind of feel that maybe there's some things that you're trying to manifest. And you also could be juggling or doing multiple things, having multiple jobs, multiple side hustles. Like something could be going on where you're really just kind of like working your magic and you're making things work the best way that you can. And I feel too like whatever is happening, the universe is gifting you or taking care of you, nurturing you, is providing for you. So this is a good sign that there's unlimited help or resources for you, no matter the situation. If you're concerned about your finances, I feel like the star is like, we've got that. Like, don't worry about it. You know, don't worry about the minor details. We're going to cover all of that. You just do your part. You just do X, Y, Z. And so I feel like the universe is protecting you when it comes to your finances, and also could be helping you in regards to career. If you're looking for a job, maybe you haven't found it, but you're just like trying to apply here, apply there, whatever it is. You got like, maybe it's more so juggling applications or whatever. It still is indicating that, you know, we got you. We're gonna lead you to the right place where you need to be, or we're gonna help you find what job you need to be in, or we're gonna help you discover how to make money or sustain a living. Or like I said, if there is no money, because I would prefer to see like coins, but since there are no coins coming out in here, this could more so just be talking about the universe providing in some way. So just not to worry about the details. And you also could be secretly anticipating something. You also may have already done some things in the past to get ahead, and now you're just kind of like waiting to see what the future holds. And you're like, okay, I accomplished this. Now, you know, what's the next big thing that I need to do? And so you're also maybe kind of visualizing, and it does seem like you are uplifted or being optimistic about your future. Your dreams also could be revealing things to you that give you hope, because it does seem like you're hopeful. If you were at a loss, or if you were lacking faith, this is an indication that maybe your faith is being restored because of certain things that are happening in your life. Now, it seems too like maybe there is something that you're trying to avoid or escape, but it's like you're being blocked and you're having to do some sort of work. I don't know. Maybe you were trying to escape something because it was too difficult, but maybe it's part of your karma. Like something is part of your karmic backlog. And it's like you're having to fulfill that, you know. But this is always a good indication of, you know, things getting better at some point. It's like maybe things are difficult now, or it feels like it's getting harder and harder, but that's because you're nearing the finish line. So keep going. And you also could be taking on a lot of responsibility because you're just passionate about what you do or the things that you're doing. So there is a willingness to just go ahead and tough it out. Physically, there could be something literal going on with someone's back, like maybe someone is having back problems and that is somehow blocking them financially, because it's like, oh, you know, if my back is bothering me, how am I going to go back to work? Or how am I going to, you know, do this particular job that requires lifting? So it could be an issue with someone's back. I still don't feel like that's stopping anybody, though. It's just like the issue might be there, but it's still not stopping you. And it seems like there's finally going to be some sort of a breakthrough. Like initially, something appeared to be very difficult. And then, like I said, it just starts, things just start picking up. Also, if you felt like there were blockages in your way, it seems like the blockages are being removed, and you know, you're able to push forward with some things. And it kind of looks like a lot of things could start happening at the same time. Like maybe initially nothing was happening, and then everything just starts happening, or everything also could start falling into place. You also could be, I don't know, doing something that is like entertaining, like being some sort of influencer. You also could be sharing your knowledge or experience with other people, but especially if you're doing it on social media. You might be unaware that the things that you're talking about or communicating is helping or uplifting other people. And it could be that you're the one that is being uplifted by something that you're seeing on the internet. It could be that too. And maybe you're just kind of like, man, you know, you saw some sort of inspirational video and you're like, I would like to do that, or I would like to have that life. And so maybe it's inspiring you to do something so that you can get to that point. You also could be thinking about maybe secretly leaving, maybe leaving your job. Whatever it is, though, that you're trying to escape or avoid, it seems like you're not going to be able to do that. It's like, no, like you have to, you know, fulfill whatever this burden is. So I feel like you're also going to be signing some sort of documents. And it seems like there's a period where whatever this is, there were issues, but it seems like those issues are being removed. And this document signing could have something to do with, like, you know, starting a new job. Maybe you needed to get some sort of paperwork together. You know, Mercury is retrograde, so maybe there's been issues with gathering documents and turning them in, or maybe you turned your stuff in, but it's been an issue with them getting back to you because of everything that's going on. I keep getting something that's backlogged. But, you know, I feel like there is going to be a release or a breakthrough when it comes to that. You also might have an overwhelming documents that need to be filled out, but you'll take care of it quick. It's not going to be as difficult as you think. I will say, because I'm picking up signing of documents, just be careful of what you are signing with this Seven of Swords here. Maybe there's some sort of fine print that you really need to be mindful of. All right, so it's also looking like at some point you need to make some sort of decision, especially if you're juggling a lot of things. But maybe you're needing to make a choice and you don't really want to. You're like, I don't want to make this choice, or it's too difficult. You also could be waiting for a sign or confirmation, or some sort of okay to help you with the decision that you need to make. And it does seem like you are going to hear something. Like at first you're not hearing anything, or you're not getting synchronicities, but something happens. There's going to be some sort of a change, and you'll get your confirmation and know what you need to do. So I feel like you're going to have some sort of good news coming in. If you want to work for yourself or on your own, especially like you're really passionate about something, or you feel very creative but you feel blocked, or you're trying to juggle certain things, maybe you're needing to focus on, doing what makes you happy, and that might be what it boils down to. Now, you also could be making connections that are going to be helpful for you in the future. So make sure that you're letting your guards down. Maybe you're normally, introverted, but I feel like if you let your guards down, that's going to lead to some positive things for you. There may be something significant in regards to an Aquarius. Now, I will say be careful of, like, especially more so, this is like if you're an influencer, and it doesn't just have to be tarot card readings or stuff like that. It could be just, certain, maybe you have far out ideas, and your ideas are far out or unique or unusual. There could be someone who is trying to steal your ideas or not give you credit. So just be mindful of that. And I mean, if you're an influencer, that's kind of like a risk that you're taking. I still say just try to protect yourself or protect your energy the best way possible. Now, I'm also concerned about your social, or the company that you keep, or social networking, because it is possible that someone is, I don't know, they just seem either phony, or like maybe they're just trying to get close to you because they have another agenda, like using you for something, but not necessarily in a good sense. It's like it's for selfish reasons. So the only positive thing is that initially it looks like maybe someone doesn't have the best intentions, and then they become good. It's like, okay, like I think maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or maybe I should talk to this person about XYZ, or share something with this person. So I don't know. I feel like maybe initially something starts off kind of enemy-ish, and then maybe evolves into something positive. Now, as far as job applications, somebody definitely just could be lying on their job application, lying about their experience, or, you know, anything of that sort. So I'm also seeing that you're being protected from something. You might feel like something is a punishment, but something is also for your protection. Okay, I also see you deciding that you're going to be quiet about something. You're like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait till this is over. Or I'm going to wait until this happens. Or I'm going to wait until I have some sort of confirmation or clarity. Yes, so I feel like you're going to hide something or hold back something that either you know, or like you don't want to talk about something, or you don't want to speak on something just yet. Going back to making some sort of choice or decision, it does seem like you're making a decision to end one thing or let something go and do what is making you happy. I feel like the burdens that you experience or go through are to strengthen you. I also feel like you're needing to have some sort of encouragement, or you're needing to believe in yourself. It seems like the universe is trying to give you some sort of encouragement. Yeah, I feel like you're needing to just like overcome some sort of fears that you're having, or doubts that you're having about your future or your finances. And it just seems like you have to have courage. You can't be afraid to go after what you want, or you can't be afraid to speak about something. Because like I said, it looked like you went quiet, but it looks like, no, don't be afraid. Like you need to talk about something. It seems like you also might be having a hard time trusting the process. Something is discouraging you. So you think something's going to be too much or too hard. Like I'm saying, if you have like a lot of paperwork to fill out, in order to get, I don't know, maybe you're trying to get a liquor license to open up a business, or maybe you're trying to, do anything with the state, and you're like, oh, all this paperwork. But even if it's not paperwork, that's just kind of like the image that I'm getting. But I feel like don't be discouraged by something. Just keep going. Something is going to happen. It'll be much quicker than you think. Again, it seems that I kind of feel too like if your manifestations start happening too quickly, you might be in doubt, or you're like, no, there's no way that this is happening this quickly. Something else I'm getting here. There is, like, maybe you're afraid of poverty or losing your money, or you feel like something's going to be a waste of time. You're like, what if I do this and it's a waste of time? I do feel that there will be like a financial loss before you start to see financial gains. And maybe you're just like really afraid of that. The financial loss could be like you deciding that you want to quit your job to focus on something else that you're more passionate about, but it's not paying very well. It could be that. Or it could be accepting a job offer that, pays half as much as your current job, but it's like you'll be happier with it emotionally. So yeah, and it's a sacrifice too. But there's some sort of sacrifice that maybe you're needing to make for your own happiness. I also just kind of feel like, for whatever reason, you are meant to talk about your insecurities. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe that's something you don't want to talk about out loud. But it might be something that is meant for you to do. Yeah. Yeah, but I kind of feel like one of the main things coming out is that you end up feeling overwhelmed about something, but the universe is trying to encourage you to just like keep pushing forward. All right, so let's see what messages there are from deck number 3. All right, and you have the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Wands, the Hanged Man, the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, overall energy, the World, 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Okay, so it looks as if you're having to like move into a new chapter of your life. And you're having to let something go maybe you've outgrown a relationship, or you've outgrown, something, and it's time for you to let go and move on. It's showing some sort of completion. And this completion has come after a lot of waiting and you having to be patient, bruised egos, insecurities. It seems like you had to go through a lot of things, and it's just time for you to let the past go or move on from any situation where you were stagnant or weren't growing. And again, it just seems like you were being patient, but time was up, or time is up. And it does look like you're going to have a moment where you feel like you give up. It's a loss of faith or some sort of hopelessness that you're experiencing. Maybe you feel like your gamble didn't pay off. You're like, I gambled this away and it didn't work. And you also could be suffering in silence, and you're not wanting to ask for help nor accept help that's being offered. Or maybe you're just kind of hoping. I feel like it's more so you not wanting to ask for help. I feel like maybe you're just hoping that someone is going to see you suffering and help you. So you're also maybe needing to stand up for yourself. You also might find yourself becoming kind of guarded or defensive. Whatever is going on is forcing you to put things into perspective and to look at things from, a higher place. You're like, let me just really see things from this perspective. Let me think outside the box. And it does seem like maybe the universe has put you in time out. Maybe you're also just trying to figure out why you're having to suffer, or why you're having to let something go. I feel like you are having a hard time adjusting to change, and you're wanting to hold on to something. It seems like maybe you're currently in the last phase of something, and it just seems so difficult. You might feel like you're at the end of your rope with something. You're like, this is so much. And you could be stuck, struggling with spirituality, finances. It just seems like you're trying to understand, why you're stuck in some sort of situation or position. You're like, why did the universe put me in this predicament? This is so difficult. But it does look like ultimately you do feel more optimistic about your future. You're like, let me try and change my perspective. Let me look at it from this direction. And from there, it seems like you start to gain more clarity. I feel like there is also some form of suffering when it comes to growth or enlightenment. And that could be why you're going through some kind of suffering, because you're being enlightened. Even if you have had a spiritual awakening before, it's like you never stop learning. There's always going to be something that you need to learn or grow from. Maybe you're asking yourself, why are you holding on to something? Or why you can't let something go? If you're an empath, you also just might feel like you have the weight of the world on you. I do feel like you're going to get a break. Your break is coming. And you're going to feel much better. You're going to have like a sense of accomplishment. I feel like it's hard for you to see the bigger picture right now. But ultimately you will. Now, also, in regards to health, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because something could be wearing down on you. Even like mentally, if you're mentally struggling or mentally broke, it could start to take a toll on your physical health. You also might feel like no one's listening to you, or maybe you don't feel validated. In a love situation, it could be that two people are not talking, not seeing eye to eye. I feel like egos are in a way when it comes to relationships. Now, it also looks like a spirit could be trying to talk to you, to give you encouragement, but like you can't hear them, but they're there. They're protecting you. Especially a water sign or an earth sign, or both. Yeah, I'm hearing somebody say you got to get up and fight. Yeah, I kind of feel that, maybe you could feel defensive because you've been let down a lot. Maybe you've also experienced a lot of losses or grief, and it made you strong, but maybe at the same time you feel like, I don't want to be strong. I do feel for a woman, your strength could intimidate, males, but the right male will not be intimidated by your strength, nor by your pain. I feel like a spirit is just kind of like telling you to just hold on. I feel like something is like, be strong, hold on, stand up and fight. Don't give up. Somebody knows that you want to quit or give up on your dreams, especially if something didn't turn out the way you anticipated. I feel too like maybe there is an earth sign thinking about you, or you are thinking about them. And definitely seems like there are times where you just feel stuck. Or you're in between, two places. You're in between a rock and a hard place, or when it comes to spirituality, maybe you feel stuck. You're somewhere between the material realm and the physical realm, and you just, maybe that's difficult. But I keep feeling like you're being protected. So I do feel that even though you can't physically hear someone trying to encourage you, you hear it. Your soul hears it, because that's exactly what you're doing, is pushing forward, picking yourself up and fighting. Something is part of your karma, and it's just one of those difficult things that you're having to carry. It's like a difficult karma that you have to fulfill. A debt, karmic debt, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a difficult karmic debt. It's heavy. And sometimes maybe you also feel confused by it. It also seems that you made some sort of decision, or you're going to make some sort of decision. Like if you feel like you're at a crossroads and you feel like Well, I'm at a crossroads. What am I going to do? And I feel like, you know, you're trying to weigh between heart and logic. Either way, it seems like you're driven. You feel driven to keep pushing forward. You still might continue to do something even though you don't understand why you're doing this. You're like, I don't understand why I'm doing this, but, or it doesn't make sense. But it does seem like you're doing something out of love or because you love it. So don't think that your hard work is going to go unnoticed. If you are suffering because of work or because of government restrictions, like I said, I feel like things are going to be okay. There is going to be some sort of breakthrough. But more so in regards to a career situation, if you feel like you're suffering or you've been working really hard and not getting recognition or paid for it, you will. Someone is going to see your value and make you an offer. So you will get paid for all of your hard work. In regards to spirituality, if you've been lost, but you're just trying to keep an open mind and you want a source to just like reveal something to you, I feel like that's going to happen as well. You're going to get some sort of confirmation. And I feel like something is being unlocked, some sort of hidden knowledge or truth is something that you're needing to know. It also could be like something is unlocking within you. But yeah, I do feel that ultimately you will feel seen. Also, your suffering, if you're like, how much longer until this, you know, situation it gets better, it may be sometime in Capricorn season. Like maybe you're gonna have to go through some sort of difficulties until Capricorn season. So somewhere between late December and late January. Yeah. All right, so hopefully these messages helped. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.